When I first came to the agency, I had been a freelance writer. I didn't know anything about running agencies, and I went to all these meetings. And I'm like, these meetings are useless. What we're going to do is we're going to do great work. So our philosophy, I think it still is, do something great today, and tomorrow will take care of itself. So we don't really worry about where is the industry going or what are the trends. We don't really try and reinvent the industry. We just try and do something really brilliant with the tools we have right now. The work that we've done that's probably been most recognized is the work that we did when we introduced Mini Cooper to the US. It was some pretty interesting automotive work that won all kinds of awards. We did a lot of work for Burger King that won all kinds of awards that people in the advertising world think, well, that was great. I tend to think we've done some maybe more interesting things than that haven't maybe won as many awards or gotten as much recognition, but were spectacularly effective. I think sometimes in the past we tended to be a little bit arrogant because we did win a lot of awards and we did a lot of really well-recognized work. So we began to believe our own press and we began to think, hey, we're kind of bulletproof, and that's always a mistake. I think it's always important. I think one of the most important things to remember is the other guy might be right. We may be wrong. And I think we tended to dig our heels in a little bit too much sometimes with certain clients. And whenever you lose a client, whether you fire the client or the client fires you, it's always a failure. You have failed, the relationship has failed. So we always think it's our fault. And even clients that we've had that have been really bad clients, when we separated, we never celebrate that because it's a failure. I think the biggest change in this industry have been the economics of the industry, because back in 2008 when we had the huge economic meltdown and all the banks went out of business and stuff, I think that at that time most clients said to most agencies, we're going to cut your fees because the economy went to hell and we were in a depression or a recession. And so a lot of clients cut agency fees and they never came back again. And I don't think that they ever will. So I think the economics of the business are pretty challenging right now, and I think they always will be. Agencies have to become much more lean than they ever were before. So I think that that's a big change. And one of the things that we've done sort of in a reaction to that is we've begun to create our own brands and become our own client with our own brands. And we've created a whiskey brand which we just sold to Bacardi in March. We're creating a rum brand. We've created a brand that is it's called Green Garage. It's sort of an ecologically conscious automotive garage place. We've done a bike sharing system that's all over the US now that we created with Trek and a couple of other partners. We're doing more and more of that stuff. And it's interesting because it's a long-term thing in terms of the economics. It's a long-term before it's a payoff, but we're our own client, and when it actually monetizes, we get the money. Michael Eisner, who used to run Disney, said one time, in any new medium, a great story is the killer app. And I think that that's always true. I think that brands have to create great stories, and that's good for storytellers, and that's good for us. And I think the medium is kind of irrelevant.